approximately 115 preventable deaths every hour in African region, according to World Health Organization. The economic implication is significant. Poor water and sanitation reduce labor productivity, increase health expenditures, and discourage investment.
The International Committee of the Red Cross, or ICRC, is in South Africa this week, stepping up its diplomatic efforts to address Africa's escalating humanitarian crises. Patrick Youssef, the ICRC's Regional Director for Africa, will meet government officials and diplomats in Cape Town to draw attention to the urgent needs of civilians caught in conflict and to advocate for a stronger political commitment to international humanitarian law. Youssef explains.
It is to take proactive actions at regional but also at continental forums. Upcoming is the AU Assembly, and there we're really expecting a louder voice on making sure that a war continues. The belligerents respect international law, but they also respect the basic principles of humanity, meaning those who are not fighting be afforded the right protection, and those infrastructures that are supposed to serve the local population, from providing water to health services, that they are not to be targeted. And therefore, it is practically very possible, after being very vocal, to truly take measures and steps to make sure that during armed conflicts, these laws are respected.
And finally, the British government is introducing legislation to restrict foreign funding of political parties before the next general election. Ministers have argued that it's necessary to legislate to prevent foreign interference in British democracy. The BBC's Ian Watson has the story.
While foreign nationals currently can't donate to British parties, they can make indirect contributions via their company if it's registered and doing business in the UK. The reforms will mean firms making political donations will be required to show that they have a genuine connection to the UK, including having headquarters here and being majority owned or controlled by UK citizens. They'll also have to demonstrate they've generated sufficient revenue to cover the donations they make. The legislation would also lower the voting age from 18 to 16 for all UK elections.
For any news stories you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Jolani Tulo Wepe.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa, the African Perspective.
6 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome to the Thursday edition of The Upside, broadcasting live from the Auckland Park Studios in Johannesburg, South Africa. My name is Tebogo Lekhuleni, alongside Mmatsheko Mosito, with you all the way to 4 p.m. Central African Time, broadcasting on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Mmatsheko Mosito, how are you doing?
Happy. What is it? Thursday?
Thursday it is.
Happy Thursday.
What's coming up on the Thursday edition of The Upside?
We have a jam-packed show, is what I know, okay? So stick around for it. We're here until 4 p.m. There's a lot of talk around this water crisis that we addressed a little bit in our What Caught Your Eye yesterday in South Africa. And it looks like the Human Rights Commission is calling for the president, because today is the SONA. And people are calling for it to be declared a national crisis. So It's just one of the things that caught our eye. But listen, we have a jam-packed show for you until 4 p.m. in Central African Time. Thank you for being here.
The Upside, live and real.
Oh comment penses-tu qu'il t'a oublié? Quand il y a de temps, mon ami, tu seras encore venu, un jour pour moi va sortir. Ma part n'est pas encore venue, un jour pour moi va sortir. Oh, il va donner pour moi, oh, il va donner pour moi. Yahweh, il va donner pour moi, oh, il va donner pour moi. Oh, il va donner pour moi, oh, il va donner pour moi. Yahweh, il va donner pour moi, oh, il va donner pour moi. Avance et confiance, car si tu demandes alors lui là il te lance. Même quand tu penses que la vie n'a plus de sens, façon il t'élève, te soulève en toute puissance. Lolo, tout ce que tu vis là d'aller était déjà prévu et malé. Tes douleurs, oh, est-ce que ça peut le dépasser? Jamais. Quand il y a Dieu dedans, mon ami, tu seras que devant. Et s'il y a Dieu dedans, crois-moi, tu seras devant. Ma part n'est pas encore venue, un jour pour moi va sortir. Ma part n'est pas encore venue, un jour pour moi va sortir. Oh, il va donner pour moi, oh, il va donner pour moi. Yahweh, il va donner pour moi, oh, il va donner pour moi.
Christ M coming through with a song titled I va donne popo moi. 10 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. What's wrong? Didn't you hear? That's how it is, exactly that. I va donne po moi.
What language is that?
I have no idea. Let's take a break and find out.
Be inspired. Stay informed. Channel Africa, the beauty of life. Now available anytime, anywhere with our new app. 6 decades of rhythm, resonance, and relevance. We are Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Es-tu préoccupé par quelque chose? Es-tu passionné par les questions qui comptent? As-tu une voix qui mérite d'être entendue? Eh bien, nous avons la plateforme parfaite pour toi. Téléphone-nous ou fais-nous un WhatsApp au +27 66 408 87 42 et nous te rappellerons. Sois dans la conversation.
Salut Channel Africa, ici Beno le diamant rouge et Binalex Sport depuis le Cameroun, le pays des lions. Voilà.
Sois dans la conversation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de parler, mais c'est ta chance d'exprimer ton point de vue, de partager tes opinions et de t'engager avec une communauté qui valorise ton avis. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux sociaux, visitez notre site www.channelafrica.co.za et préparez-vous à partager vos points de vue sur Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
The right music, all the time. On Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tebogo and Mmatsheko from the upside.
It's 15 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Una Rams coming through there with I Like You. I really, really like you. That's sort of the song that you'll be singing come Valentine's Day. I wonder if people still ask their partners, when you're in a relationship, right? Mmatsheko, you're in a relationship. I wonder if people still ask their partners to be their Valentines. Is it automatic that it's assumed that because we are together, it's automatic you're my Valentines by default? Or must people still ask, even if you're in a relationship, please be my Valentines?
I love the letter. I love it.
Really?
Because, Yes, it's like a a renewal of something, I don't know, of your dating life. Because think about it, like people that have been in a relationship for a long time,
Yes.
depending on whether it's a long distance relationship or now we're married with children,
Yes.
the dynamic changes a little bit. So the tradition of going on dates is not as frequent as it used to be. So those little check-ins, can you be my Valentine? Can you go out on a date with me? Can you put on this dress for me so we can go out? You know, those are still nice. Those are still kind of like, I don't know, not necessarily I'm still courting you, but I'm still interested in finding out if you're still interested, or I don't know, something like that.
We'll ask our first guest. Mark Roberts, if he asks his partner to be his Valentines. As Valentine's Day approaches, a season usually linked to connection and affection, cybersecurity experts are sounding the alarm. Romance scams are on the rise and they're becoming far harder to detect. What once involved clumsy messages and obvious warning signs has evolved into a sophisticated operation powered by artificial intelligence, AI. Cybercriminals are now using generative AI to create convincing fake identities, complete with realistic photographs, polished social media histories, voice notes, and even lifelike video calls. By studying a person's online presence, scammers can tailor their approach, exploiting loneliness, grief, or vulnerability with chilling precision. Joining us on the line to share some of the red flags we need to look out for is Mark Roberts, Channel Manager at Sophos. Mark, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to the Upside. And I guess, fair enough that I asked the question. Do you ask your partner to be your Valentine's?
Thank you for having me. Yes, I try to. We've been together many, many years. So we try and do the Valentine's thing. What we actually do is we do a family Valentine, so we get the kids involved too.
That's sweet.
That is so cute. That is so cute. Mark, let's talk about some really important and worrying, on the ground realities, and the fact that AI is now being used to lure people into thinking that they found their perfect match on social media, only to find out that it's a scam. Talk to us about the significance of this situation, and I guess the red flags that we need to look out for when we are online and we are being approached by people who seemingly look like they're just reaching out to us because they like our vibe.
Yeah, the scammers are getting increasingly sophisticated nowadays on dating apps and social platforms. But it's more than just lonely hearts. It's an issue of professional and organized crime syndicates.
Yeah.
They're aiming at vulnerable targets, and they're not just personal. It's often a gateway to businesses, and all these people really want to do is they get money from you. And as you said earlier, they create realistic personas, using, the old days they used stock photographs. Nowadays they're actually using AI generated stuff. Voice cloning is another one they use. They even have live deep fakes with video calls. So they put their face, overlaying their face over onto someone else's face.
Wow.
Or the other way around. And that way that people actually think they're talking to someone, and also in the old days, you remember we could always spot them pretty easily because, traditionally they had very bad grammar.
Yeah.
Spelling wasn't too good. Nowadays, the AI is actually picking it up and helping them. So, there's a lot of ways we can actually use AI. You can use AI for good and AI for bad. So AI for good we can use, and it's called pattern sniffing. And it sort of spots red flags that humans miss when we're emotionally invested, reused phrases, suspicious timelines. and what we call love bombing, the velocity of love bombing, creating urgency, that sort of thing. There's other tools that you can use that analyze chats and profiles, and the AI can say gently, like, hey, the story doesn't really add up, before someone sends money or pays a ransom. And you could also use reverse image search. That's also a good thing to stop it. And one thing that's quite underrated is the emotional counterweight. So AI can act calm, non-judgmental, third party. And victims often don't tell friends or family or work colleagues that they're embarrassed. And AI doesn't shame, it just checks facts.
Sure.
What a time to be alive. Wow. What a time to be in love. Oh my goodness, 21 minutes into 1 p.m. Let's take a quick break. We'll return in conversation with Mark.
60 years of stories and sounds. Channel Africa, the African perspective. The voice of the continent, now online, with all your sports fixtures, lifestyle, and more.
Téléchargez l'application Channel Africa sur votre Play Store ou Apple Store afin de pouvoir suivre toutes nos émissions en direct de là où vous vous trouvez. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
The Upside, 1 to 4 p.m. Central African Time. With Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mosito. Only on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Welcome back. We're 22 minutes in, and we are speaking to a fraud specialist who is talking to us about just scammers, how they've made their way into everything, including love dynamic. So if you're out there and you're looking for love and you feel a little bit lonely and you're a little bit vulnerable, there are people that are actually trying to profit from that loneliness, which is so unfortunate. Mark Roberts joins us on the line, a channel manager at Sophos, and he's really just unpacking what it looks like on the ground, how these criminals are so advanced in their thinking and how they are using artificial intelligence to benefit themselves using you. So be extra careful. Mark, let's look at people, and perhaps are men and women scammed the same way? Who is more vulnerable in this dynamic? Because we're all looking for love. It's not just one gender over the other.
Scammers don't really care about gender. They don't care about age. All they care about is getting money. So AI is helping them, but it's also helping us on the right side. So it isn't just blocking spam anymore. It's the kind of wingman that we actually need nowadays. At Sophos, we don't only use AI, we also believe in the human element too. So, we've got a division called Sophos XOps where we actually process 223 terabytes of data daily.
Sure.
And to give you an idea, that's about 22,700 hours of international cricket that's ever been played by South Africa, recorded in 4K resolution.
Fascinating.
Another stat. 11 million threats blocked every day. That's for every spectator. If Ellis Park is full, for 137 matches. So there's a lot of data. It's what we call big data. But we also like to use the human element. So, if something smells fishy, it normally is. There's a saying: if it quacks like a duck, it's normally a duck.
Mark, clearly you watched the match yesterday between Afghanistan and South Africa, but let's get back to this conversation.
I did.
How can we protect ourselves online? Because, as I was reading the intro and, just setting the tone, I realized that a lot of what the scammers are using to approach us is what they are seeing of us on social media. They are using the very things we are posting about, the locations we are going to, we are frequenting, the people we are hanging out with, and they are shaping this narrative that makes it seem as if this is an ideal match because they kind of know me and they like the things that I like. How can we protect ourselves, especially when we are in the business of being public and we can't really privatize and make our work on social media private?
Yeah, so you need to look at the little things. They use small things like emotional manipulation or reuse scam phases or urgency. There's always an urgency or they're always trying to scam you out of something. It's called human targeted social engineering. So really, I would do some security awareness training. If you're at a company, normally these guys actually they're trying to get into the company at some point. So they start somewhere. It could be a romance scam. It could be something to do with inside information from a company. So really, you've got to be vigilant out there. Most dating apps don't want to admit that scams exist. And most consumer tools lack depth. So really, you've got to use your own judgment. As I say, take it slowly. Scammers are in a hurry to get to intimacy really quickly. Whereas if you think about it, a relationship takes time to build. You're not going to ask someone on the first day to please send me 50 rands worth of airtime, for instance. No one's going to do that. So really, you can't move that fast. Scammers move at a sprint, and they show affection really early, and they use languages like "you're different," "I deleted the app because of you," and they'll have like future plans even before a meeting. So, they haven't even met you, but they're having future plans about getting married and things like that. So those are the things you've got to look out for.
Right. Cybersecurity, I think it should be on everyone's personal curriculum. Honestly, we need to know how to protect ourselves. But earlier you used the word love bombing, which is right up there with a lie and we're in sync and all these new age terms that people are using in the dating space. What exactly is love bombing, if I'm hearing it for the first time, and why is it such an effective tactic, especially when we look at this matter that we're discussing?
Look, they're trying to play on your emotions. So they're making you feel better about yourself, about how you look. They are love bombing you with all throughout the day, throughout the week. They just completely, what we call love bombing. It's really emotional manipulation. So we really encourage like healthy pacing. Ask questions. Not really like a sort of intimidating questions, but really ask questions where you can try and catch them out, really.
Mark, at Sophos, talk to us about the work that you do, because, ideally in a situation like this, we want to approach experts, people who are well versed in the space of cybersecurity so that we can better protect ourselves and also catch out these guys before they catch us out.
Yeah, so these guys, how it translates really to the workplace, sometimes these guys are using different things other than the app. They may try and use email or Facebook, Instagram messages or LinkedIn. Sometimes they send via WhatsApp links like compromised accounts or a funny link in there. So make sure you've got a good antivirus protection, even at home. I'm not only talking about corporate, but at home, make sure you've got something that has behavioral analytics within it. It can look at the behavior of what's going on, and AI will detect this behavior is not right. At Sophos, we have something where it actually looks at the behavior, how, for instance, a CEO would end his email with maybe his normal pattern is best regards, but all of a sudden he's using thanks and kind regards. The AI will flag that. So make sure you're using very good antivirus, make sure you're using a good firewall. And some of these guys are actually, the victims are using company emails or company resources. So please, just be vigilant out there. And as I say, if it smells like a duck, it's normally a duck.
All right. Well, this has been very, very informative. I guess the word here is just be careful. Just be careful. Thank you so much, Mark. All the best for Valentine's Day. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Mark Roberts, channel manager at Sophos. Actually, if you really want some in-depth information on defending yourself against cyber attacks and cyber security, as it were, you can actually check out sophos.com. They've got all the information there under the organization's page. But highly intelligent people, financially savvy people, upwardly mobile people that use big English still get scammed. There is no such thing as it will never happen to me.
Hey, yeah, we need a whole hour just to share some of our own stories of how I got scammed. 30 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African time, let's get the latest sports.
Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
First up, it's cricket news. Left-arm spinner Gudakesh Motie tore the heart out of England's much-vaunted middle order as the West Indies won by 30 runs in the T20 World Cup clash in Mumbai. The West Indies scored 196 for 6, largely thanks to Shafan Rutherford's brutal unbeaten 76 and some late hitting from Jason Holder. In reply, England were all out for 166 in 19 overs. When Motie captured the prize wicket of Brook in his final over to leave England 131 for 5, the damage had been done. Football news. Mamelodi Sundowns defender Grant Kekana has refused to be drawn into the growing controversy surrounding the suspension of performance analyst Mario Masha ahead of the CAF Champions League showdown against MSC Alger. SABC Sport reported that Masha, one of the club's longest-serving staff member, was temporarily sidelined amid allegations he leaked tactical information to former coach Rulani Mokoena, now in charge of the Algerian side. Kekana insisted his focus remains strictly on matters on the pitch.
No, I think my job is to play football. I think the technical side and management are taking care of that. And yeah, that's all I can comment on that situation.
On facing MC Alger in a must-win clash at Loftus Versfeld on Saturday, Kekana admitted it was arguably one of the most important matches of the campaign.
Yeah, it's a different feeling, a different challenge, but one that we're ready for. I think, a lot of us have been at Sundowns for quite some time, and we understand what's at stake. So for us, it's just to go into the game on Saturday as well prepared as possible, to go out there and do our best. I think the one advantage we have is that it's our home game. So obviously we're going to urge our supporters to come out there in numbers because we're going to need them as our 12th man. It's going to be difficult like all Champions League games, but we'll be up for it.
On to basketball news. A royal father and basketball enthusiast, the Andoma of Doma in Nasarawa State, Nigeria, Amadou Aluyu Oga Onao, has been commended by the prominent basketball promoter Igoche Mark for convening a meeting of stakeholders aimed at uniting the basketball family. The meeting, which was held at the Royal Father's Palace in Doma, brought together critical stakeholders, both physical and virtual, to discuss ways to safeguard basketball in Nigeria. The Andoma of Doma urged stakeholders to put aside their differences and work towards the betterment of Nigerian basketball. His advice came on the heels of the looming crisis over tenure elongation by the present board of the Nigeria Basketball Federation. The Southwest representative on the NBBF board and the former D Tigers captain Olumide Oyedeji also called for a greater sense of responsibility among stakeholders, urging them to avoid character assassination and negative campaigns. We wrap up with tennis news. Canada's Victoria Mboko ousted 5th seed Mira Andreeva in the Battle of the Teenagers at the Qatar Open Tennis Tournament in Doha. The 10th seed recorded a hard-fought 6-3, 3-6, 7-6 victory to advance to the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, Tuesday's giant killers, the unseeded duo of Maria Sakkari and Elisabetta Cocciaretto, continue to impress. Francis Vavara Gracheva failed to unnerve Sakkari as the Greek player recorded a 7-6, 6-love victory in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Cocciaretto, who advanced to the third round of the WTA 1000 tournament for the first time in a career, beat Ann Lee of the United States 7-6, 5-7, and 6-4. The Italian will now make a first quarterfinal appearance in a WTA 100 event. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Fikile Lungwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Africa. It's time to plug into the heartbeat of the continent. Tune in to Channel Africa, your go-to radio station that broadcasts in 5 different languages.
L'Afrique du Sud célèbre la journée nationale du
Kabla hujaitwa kwa jina la Double K
or more of our forests have been destroyed.
Partido Africano da Independência da Guiné.
sea. Channel Africa represents every corner of this amazing land. From Lagos to Cape Town, Nairobi to Dakar, we've got you covered with the freshest news, music, and cultures. So, turn up the volume, feel the rhythm. And join the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
36 minutes after 1 p.m. Central African Time. Let's get the latest in business news.
Business news on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Good afternoon. Libya has awarded oil and gas exploration blocks to foreign oil companies in its first licensing round in nearly 2 decades as it seeks to revitalize the sector despite ongoing political division. The National Oil Corporation, NOC, announced the winners of its first bid round since 2011. The awards signal renewed interest as foreign investors have been wary for years of Libya's operating environment after it descended into chaos following the overthrow of Muammar Gaddafi. South African Electricity Minister Dr. Hussein Ramokgopa has confirmed that President Cyril Ramaphosa will outline solutions reached to address the cost of electricity in his State of the Nation address this evening in Cape Town. There is growing discontentment over the National Energy Regulator's approved electricity price increases, which experts warn could further push families into poverty. Ramokgopa spoke to SABC News outside the Cape Town City Hall.
The President will say something about how we're going to address the cost of electricity. I will come, I think, end of March to put before the country on how we want to address the electricity pricing policy and just invite comments. And I'm confident that by June we'd have addressed this situation and get into a new dispensation where we can find a price path that allows us to ensure that business is competitive and we don't strangle the household.
Meanwhile, poverty, jobs and the high cost of living are among the concerns that Cape Townians have raised ahead of the SONA. Sivenati Velum, who is from the Cape Flats, spoke to SABC News.
The cause of unemployment rate is a very huge problem because most of people that have education and educated, they don't have where to apply. Some of them, they do have qualification, but they don't have where they can go through. And also the crime in our cities become a big problem. So it's how the government can talk with that issue and try to solve it.
Chief Executive for Personal Segment at South Africa's First National Bank, Latanya Johnson, says the newly launched end-to-end digital account opening process for stokvels will ensure safety. Stokvels are communal savings schemes in South African black communities. The stokvel industry in the country is estimated to be worth over $3 billion. Johnson says the stokvels have been pivotal in helping families to navigate financial uncertainties.
Yeah, so I think the first thing is we appreciate the importance of the stokvel sector in South Africa. And the reason why it's important is because it's about financial inclusion. A lot of people join stokvels even before they've gone into a bank. So that was the first important point. The second thing is stokvels have been pivotal in helping families to navigate financial uncertainties. If you think about it, why do we save? Groceries, funeral, we save for education. So we felt by creating this solution, we can also help communities to navigate economic shocks, help them to plan better.
New data shows that China's emissions of carbon dioxide fell in 2025. It's the first full year to show such a decline. Though the drop is just 0.3%, campaigners say it could be a milestone. The BBC's Justin Roulette has the details.
This is not a dramatic breakthrough, but it means emissions from the world's manufacturing hub and second largest economy have now been flat or falling for almost 2 years. Carbon Brief's figures show a finely balanced picture. Emissions dropped across major sectors, including transport, power, cement and metals, but rose in the chemical industry. China also added more coal and gas-fired power capacity last year than in any year for a decade.
$1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 352, Botswana 12 pula 97, Kenya 128 shilling 176, and Zambia 18 kwacha 98. The BRICS countries in Brazil, the dollar there 5 ruble 19, Russia 77 rubles 20, India 90 rupees 65, China 61 91, and in South Africa the dollar will cost you 15 rand 88 cents, 73 pence to the British pound and 84 to the euro. Gold $5,072, while platinum $2,118 per ounce. Brand crude oil is at $69.64 a barrel. For any business stories you would like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business in Johannesburg, I'm Tebisolo Hogo.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802. The sound of Africa is evolving. Experience our new mobile app. Free to download. Free to connect. 6 decades strong, Channel Africa continues to inspire Africa and the world. Proudly sharing
the African perspective.
Africa, voici Abedi.
Oui, c'est moi.
Abedi est un passionné de musique dans l'âme. Il a un goût pour toutes sortes de musique et passe ses journées à écouter Channel Africa.
J'aime beaucoup la musique africaine.
Ok. Devinez quoi? Channel Africa veut aider Abedi et les mélomanes du monde entier à découvrir encore plus de musique incroyable. C'est pourquoi Channel Africa appelle les artistes africains à soumettre leur musique. Chers artistes, n'oubliez pas de nous fournir toutes vos informations pertinentes à l'email adresse musique@channelafrica.co.za. Les soumissions sont votre chance d'être entendues, mais elles ne garantissent pas une playlist. Toutes les soumissions seront soigneusement examinées pour voir si elles répondent aux exigences de notre station. Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
The Upside with Tebogo Lekhuleni and Mosito, bringing Africa's voices to the world. On Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Still broadcasting live on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Join us so you can see our lovely studio, our amazing guests, and also do yourself a favor. Download our brand new Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. Valentine's Day is around the corner. About how many days? Two days? It's on Saturday, right? Today's
Actually,
Thursday.
why am I thinking it's tomorrow? Yes.
Yes.
Look who's in a rush.
You see, it's on Saturday.
It's on Saturday.
When we hear the word love, many of us picture romance, flowers, candlelit dinners, and grand gestures. But love reaches far beyond affectionate words and special occasions. It shapes how we see ourselves, how we respond to conflict, and how we move through a world that often feels hurried, divided, and uncertain. In times marked by stress and emotional strain, we pause to ask, does love make us vulnerable, or is it in fact our greatest strength? And perhaps the deeper question is love something we search for in another person, or something we must first awaken within ourselves? To guide us in this reflection, we are joined on the line by Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University representative Dipti Naran, coordinator of the Brahma Kumaris Center in Johannesburg. Dipti, thank you so much for your time and welcome to The Upside. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, and I'm very well, and I'm happy to be with you and your listeners this afternoon.
When we hear love and phrases like true love, how do we actually define what that actually is? Because our understanding of what love is has mostly been shaped by what we have seen on television or in movies. But what is true love?
I want you to think of a moment in your life's journey where you were truly loved. Think about maybe your granny or your mom or your friend or somebody in your life that truly gave you a feeling of belonging, gave you a sense of self-respect, gave you a sense of worthiness. That is love. Love is that which brings out from you your most authentic self and empowers you from the inside so that you go into life with a lot more strength, a feeling of belonging, feeling of being understood, respected, and safe.
It's deep.
Deputy, can you please take us through the philosophy of Brahma Kumaris? For those that are not familiar with how it works, I think I remember my mother telling me about how it first came into being in the 1930s, and it's really about transformation of ways of being, etc. But talk to us about Brahma Kumaris and what it embodies, especially for the modern day human being.
I think each one of us need to feel a sense of empoweredness in a world that is so filled with so much of stress. We need an inner resilience to respond to things. We can either go through life each day and say, "Phew, I made it," or I can go through life saying, "Well, many things happened my way, but I was able to go through it with dignity." And I think it's a very important space to be able to turn within and be able to fill yourself with inner resilience and power. And I think this is what the Brahma Kumaris stand for, to say that there's an amazing level of resources we all have inside of us. It's just that we're too busy in life to tap into that resource and use it in our day-to-day life. And if I'm able to tap into it, then I don't become a victim of circumstances. I don't become a victim of people and the way they treat me. But I'm able to come back to myself and look at things from a reflective space and say, what can I offer that's a better part of me in this moment?
I think one of the best ways of expressing love, Dipti, is having first being able to love oneself. How can we get to a place where we love ourselves, build a relationship with ourselves before we start spreading it out to the world around us?
Yes, I really feel that it's about self-respect and self-love and self-acceptance. I think in the world today, we've become strangers to ourselves. We can get in touch with anyone with the click of a button, and yet we don't know who we are. And when I have a level of acceptance about myself, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to have all the answers, but I'm willing to grow with myself. I'm willing to become a better person each day. Then the self can actually say to me that I depend on you, I trust you. And that is the journey that then supports your inner space. And it's only when you have that level of self-respect and self-acceptance can you then have those relationships with others. If a person is insecure in who they are, they'll always project that insecurity in their relationships. It's like if you don't trust yourself, your tendency to trust other people also gets challenged. If you're very critical towards yourself, you start to criticize others easily. If you don't know how to value yourself, you will never value relationships. So it really starts inside. And when you do that inner healing and you get to know yourself, I can assure you your relationships outside change a lot. It's not that everyone now will be perfectly your best friend or the perfect relationship,
Yeah.
but you will know how to manage things much better.
Is love found? Is it formed? We're exploring whether true love, what true love is and where it begins. Still in conversation with Dipti Naran, coordinator at Brahma Kumaris Center in Johannesburg. Let's take a quick breather. We'll be back with her right after this.
Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa. Stay tuned to Channel Africa. Stream us on our new and updated website, channelafrica.co.za. 60 years of broadcasting Africa to the world. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Across Africa, communities rise with the promise of clean water and clean sanitation. The African Union's 2026 theme calls us to action.
It's about mobilizing real commitments, securing climate-resilient water and sanitation projects, and ensuring that water becomes a driver of sustainable development and prosperity across the continent.
A landmark moment, not only for Africa, but for the global movement for access to safe water for all.
Assuring sustainable water availability for every home, every village, every nation. This is the Africa we want.
Channel Africa, the African perspective.
The Upside. On the Upside, your voice matters.
Thank you for staying with us. A good 10 minutes away from 2 p.m. in Central African time. We're looking at themes around true love through the lens of the Brahma Kumari's philosophy. Dipti Naran joins us on the line, coordinator of the Brahma Kumari's Center in Johannesburg. And we've just been unpacking what true love means when you are giving it yourself. Right, so we're going to continue the conversation. Dipti, let's follow on and look at themes around peace. Peace has become quite a word that's just floating around and swirling around in people's mouths. But what does true peace look like, and how can we tie that to other beautiful themes around love and purity as we move forward in life?
You know, I think a lot of people today's world go through an emotional congestion. It's like it's interesting how we come into a space of that emotional congestion within our being. And from that space, we don't have moments of clarity in the things that we want to do. But if I come into a space of stillness and calm, in many situations of life, I'll find solutions. I'll be able to go into a space that truly then draws out the best out of me. A lot of the time in our life's journey, there's so much noise in my inner being that I'm not able to use that space powerfully.
That inner noise that you're talking about, Dipti, could this be the reason why we put so much pressure on other people around us, family, friends, and we have such expectations from them that it is possible for them to break it, and we end up getting hurt, and we feel that we're not loved because we're battling with our own internal turmoil and we haven't found our own peace. We put so much pressure on the people around us.
Absolutely. You know, I find that the more one is able to be silent in a certain way and be able to have that level of self-acceptance and there's a connection within the self, then I don't live my life with expectations and demands. Because very often when I'm not feeling self-fulfilled, I'm looking for this in others. And the realities in life, you know, two batteries that are flat can never charge each other. Yeah. So if my battery is flat and I'm looking for that in another person who at this time maybe the battery is also flat, that can't work. So I need to do things differently. And when I do that differently, then there's a relationship that has more clarity and understanding. One has to take time to become self-empowered. I can't wait for another being to treat me well so that I feel good. You know, life is about an earning. It's not about bonus. The bonuses come and you enjoy them, but you have to earn your income. So it's the investment you make in yourself that is far more important. And then when others treat you well, enjoy it. Don't deny yourself of that, but you're not dependent on it. That's the main thing.
Right, don't depend on it. Yeah, that's going to stay with me. Love is a weakness. A lot of people feel that love can be their greatest weakness, and they're afraid to step into loving people, whether it's in romantic situations or any kind of relation, really, because they feel like people might take advantage of that or make them weak and lose control of certain situations. So from Brahma Kumari's perspective, love in its purest form Is it a weakness or can it be seen as a strength?
It's an absolute strength, because I have seen situations in my own life's journey where very often people said to me, "Oh, you're so loving, and people are going to take advantage over you." But I have seen that when my love is a powerful love, and that means I believe in you, I hold the right energy with you, and I know my own self respect, and I respect my own boundaries with you, that relationship just grows from strength to strength. And when you have self respect and you know your boundaries, people will never abuse you. If you don't know yourself and you don't know your own boundaries, that love is more an energy of trying to please another human being. And pleasing another human being is not love. Love is a far more powerful energy of strength. It's a place where inside of me, there's a wholeheartedness that believes in the best in you too. And I see that when you are able to use that quality of love, in the most difficult situations, you see the people change. I've seen it. I think my nature may be a gentle nature, but people in my life know they can't abuse me. Once a child asked me a very simple question, "Ma'am, what fruit are you?" And I thought about it, and I said to the child, "I'm an avocado pear." And they said, "What?"
Oh, wow.
And I said, "Because my skin is protective. I know how to protect my skin. That means my way of dealing with people. But my flesh is healthy. But it only stays healthy because the seed is intact. You know, once you take out the seed from an avocado, the fruit starts getting brown. Similarly, if your core is intact and your flesh is nourishing and your skin is protective, you are just a joyful experience in the lives of many.
Wow. Dipti, since you are a very skilled, in guiding moments of calm, would you be so kind? Would you be so kind to lead us in a 2-minute wellness reflection, just helping us settle down our minds, breathe deeply and reconnect with our sense of balance?
Sure. So as you are sitting in your studio right now, and people that may be sitting in their home right now, I just invite you to put everything aside for a moment, unclench your hands, keep your feet nice and relaxed on the ground. Don't sit too relaxed that you fall off to sleep, but sit upright. If you're on the road, pay attention to your driving. But otherwise, just take these moments. You may close your eyes if you want to. And just take a deep breath in. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, breathe in and breathe out. And bring yourself into a point of centeredness and become aware of yourself. From the core of my being, I am light. I am peace. I am love. I am powerful. I am light. I am peace. I am love. I'm powerful. Let this energy echo through your whole body. Just relax your body. Feel the places where there's a stress. Just feel this light of good energy flowing through you. And take a deep breath in again, deep breathing in and out. And then allow yourself to be connected. Connected to the source of all love. There's one source in the whole universe that loves us unconditionally. Just allow yourself to be in the presence of that love. Feel the rays of that love just wash over you, melting away the many aspects And breathe in and out. Feel the energy changing in your being. Just relax. Let all the other energies melt away. I am peace. I am love. I am light. So just hold this experience and then breathe in again and out and come back into this moment.
Hey, it's 1 minute after 2. Dipti, you made us sleep, but you calmed us down at the same time.
Thank you very much.
We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you. Thank you so much, and thank you for guiding us in this meditation. I think it will have done the world of good to our listeners, to us in studio, and thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Really appreciate you.
I thank you very much as well, and all the best in your future endeavors. And may your lives be full with love and light.
Oh, thank you so much. Dipti Naran, coordinator of Brahma Kumaris Center in Johannesburg. Let's get the latest news. It's 2:01.
We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628. SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Tebogo. Top stories. The SAWA, Zimbabwe's Job Sikala petitions the African Union, and the British government introduces legislation to restrict foreign funding of political parties. Good afternoon. The Job Sikala-led National Democratic Working Group, or NDWG, has petitioned the African Union demanding its intervention to stop ZANU-PF from amending the constitution to extend Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa's term of office, among other controversial proposals. Sikala says they have asked the AU to invoke its own protocols, which Zimbabwe is in violation of. Sikala says they are specifically relying on the Constitutive Act of Article 30 to strengthen their case.
The fifth point, which we are relying upon, is the manipulation of the constitutional processes in a member state for them to prolong the leader of the term of office of the incumbent. This provision of the prolongation or extension of the terms of office of the incumbent was put in place after Africa has faced several challenges by many regimes and many governments that have been trying to extend their terms of office after their 2 terms have come to an end.
Ethiopia's Foreign Affairs Minister Gideon Timotheos has warned that unconstitutional changes of government and growing global geopolitical competition are posing a risk to Africa's peace, stability and development. Speaking at the AU meeting in Addis Ababa, Timotheos says shifting global power dynamics are increasingly shaping how major powers engage with Africa.
Our continent is still grappling with incidents of unconstitutional change of government, which are undermining the normative foundations of our union. The evolving geopolitical landscape in which multilateralism and global cooperation are being eroded is also adversely affecting peace and security in our continent. Fierce competition for technological supremacy, control of critical mineral resources, and major logistics routes are becoming a dominant feature of international relations. Trade and economic cooperation are becoming subordinated to political and security considerations. In this context, many big and middle powers are viewing Africa as a site for their competition and as an instrument of their ambitions.
The South African Human Rights Commission, or SAHRC, is calling on the government to declare the current water crisis a national disaster. The call comes amid the ongoing protests over water outages, which have left communities with dry taps for weeks. Water and Sanitation Minister Mmatsheko briefed the media in Midrand in the north of Johannesburg earlier today. She confirmed that water supply has been restored in some areas. The Commission says the water crisis has reached a level where a board integrated and coordinated efforts is required to turn the dire situation around. Tebogo Ndamani reports.
The SAHRC has expressed concern that the absence of water at schools affects educational outcomes as learners are forced to miss school. It also stressed that the disruption has a detrimental impact on hospitals and clinics, impinging on the right to health care. The Commission warns that the declaration of a national state of disaster should not become a breeding ground for corruption and embezzlement of funds. It says sufficient oversight measures to ensure fiscal prudence should be instilled.
Families of the victims of apartheid-era human rights violations in South Africa say they feel betrayed by the democratic state in the quest for justice for their loved ones. This was communicated on their behalf by Thembi Simelane, Minister of Human Settlements and sister of Nokuthula Simelane, a struggle activist who was abducted, tortured and forcibly disappeared by the security branch in 1983. Simelane is the first witness at the inquiry to probe efforts or attempts to stop the investigation and prosecution of TRC cases sitting in Braamfontein in Johannesburg. Simelane told the inquiry of a tale of endless excuses, lost dockets, a rejected inquest request, and years of non-investigation on the part of SAPS and the NPA.
Ultimately, we feel betrayed. I feel betrayed myself as well. The state has betrayed us. I'd hope the old system may not do anything, but I'd hope that the new system will at least give me the truth, which is what the TRC promised us. Nothing else, just the truth. It is, and it has been a very lonely journey. In some instances, we are being made to feel like, why don't you just forget, move on? I've tried so many times, but I sit with the 85-year-old mother who has not buried her child, and I simply can't forget.
And finally, the British government is introducing legislation to restrict foreign funding of political parties. Before the next general election, ministers have argued that it's necessary to legislate to prevent foreign interference in the British democracy. The BBC's Ian Watson has the story.
While foreign nationals currently can't donate to British parties, they can make indirect contributions via their company if it's registered and doing business in the UK. The reforms will mean firms making political donations will be required to show that they have a genuine connection to the UK, including having headquarters here and being majority owned or controlled by UK citizens. They'll also have to demonstrate they've generated sufficient revenue to cover the donations they make. The legislation would also lower the voting age from 18 to 16 for all UK elections.
Recapping the top story, the SAWA, the Job Sikhala-led National Democratic Working Group, has petitioned the African Union demanding its intervention to stop ZANU-PF from amending the constitution to extend Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa's term of office, among other controversial proposals. For any news stories you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Chulani Tulo Mwepe.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
8 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. It's the second hour of The Upside. Still streaming live on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok with me, Tebogo Lekhuleni, and Mmatsheko Mosito. Madam, what's coming up in this hour?
Boniswa Ubuhle Bendalo has announced the launch of the Cape Town Print Fair. So, as we understand it, it's a 3-day celebration of printmaking, illustration, and independent publishing, and it's taking place in, we've got a month to go, 27th until the 29th of March 2026. So we're looking at the space of art through Boniswa Ubuhle Bendalo. It's going to be quite an exciting one on a Thursday. Perfect for a Thursday.
Perfect for a Thursday.
Perfect.
That conversation is coming up next.
Your life, your rhythm, your Africa. Channel Africa. Find it for free on Google Play and the Apple App Store. 60 years of Channel Africa. Your trusted voice, your African perspective into the future.
Você é fluente em português? É apaixonado por rádio e quer trabalhar na África do Sul? Você tem documentos que o qualificam para trabalhar na África do Sul? Nesse caso, podemos ter uma oportunidade para você trabalhar no Canal África. Envie seu currículo e demonstração para Canal África at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Lembre-se, se você não receber alguma resposta nossa em 14 dias, isso significa que você não foi selecionado. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
The music that talks to your soul. On Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tebogo and Mmatsheko from the upside.
Mr. Carly. Oh, yeah, yeah. Let's go.
Já vou estar pronto, vou vai embora. Já vou crescer para nunca mais. Me está pedindo com toda força por reconsiderar decisão.
Essa gente mais te perdeu e culpa é só de meu. Não te pode dar só uma chance. Não tem nem medo, perdeu. Coisa que pode fazer para mudar mais uma chance. Só tem que pedir o cabo aí. Não, cabo aí. Não, cabo aí. Cabo aí. Não, cabo aí. Não, cabo aí. Não, cabo aí. Cabo aí. Não, amor, se vou bem que te aguenta, te fica triste, te lamenta. Minha peito te queima, te quenta. Cabo bem, nem cabo tenda. Oi, amor, a boinha se banha terra. É boquinha lua e estrela. É só amor.
Se indo também te pedir o cabo deixar. Se indo também te pedir o cabo largar. Desculpa para tudo e hacer. Foi falta de maturidade. De hoje em dia tenta mudar. Ainda não tem tempo de mudar. De mudar.
Cabo pai, cabo pai, cabo pai, cabo pai. Fica ali
Comigo.
comigo. Não te pediu cabo aí. Não, cabo aí. Não, cabo aí. Cabo aí. Não, cabo aí. Não, cabo aí. Não, cabo aí. Cabo aí. Não, cabo de hoje em diante então muda.
14 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Tony Fika there with Ntamuda featuring Mr. Kali. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to have a conversation about print art. I didn't realize that, print work can become an artistic thing and that there will be a whole festival revolving around print art and print work. I think that's quite astonishing. We should do more of that.
Absolutely. Listen, it's been quite a thing for yonks actually on the African continent. Boniswa Ubuhlebendalo has announced the launch of the Cape Town Print Fair, which is a 3-day celebration of printmaking, illustration, and independent publishing, and is taking place on the 27th all the way till the 29th of March this year. It brings together 50 independent artists, and the fair is designed, as we understand it, to open space where the public can discover original work, meet the artists behind it, and also engage directly with South Africa's growing print culture. It's a whole culture. All right. Exhibitor applications are actually currently open as you and I speak, and are set to close on the 23rd of February 2026, with a full lineup and venue details set to be announced. Let's talk about it with one of my faves, one of my all-time faves, Breeze Yoko, artist and executive director of Boniswa Ubuhlebendalo. Breeze Yoko, welcome to Channel Africa. Pleasure to talk to you, man.
Pleasure to be here, and thank you very much for having me, and I'm flattered that I'm one of your faves.
Listen,
oh wow, that's amazing.
A permanent favorite. Thank you so much. Let's talk about art and print work. Tebogo was mentioning that he's new to the space, and many people are going to be experiencing this for the first time. So just a little bit of background around print as artistic expression on the continent.
Yes, I think print has got a very long history. One of the most practiced forms of art prior to the other forms of art, I think, and also consumed in many different ways, and even ways that people don't realize that they've consumed art. I think the many pictures that we've all shared in our households growing up, it was either the boy with the afro crying, or it is the mother holding a child.
Yes.
Those were actually prints of originals. But the other forms of prints, I think, have also been with us through protest. A lot of the posters that were made through print form. And a lot of the schools as well, and centers that taught art, like Funda Center, were also spaces where print form was taught, and also practiced, and artists shared a lot of techniques, or used a lot of techniques that were shared in print. I mean, print is something that's very diversified, and also it's something that's easily shareable, because you can share, you can create one work that you can duplicate, and that enables you as well to kind of lower the price of it, and also for the work to travel far and wide as well.
Breeze, let's talk about the Cape Town Print Fair. What inspired it, and why now?
Well, what inspired the Cape Town Print Fair, I've been fortunate enough to travel through my work, and I've been to spaces where they've had alternative platforms where, including print fairs and underground festivals, where it's not only the high-end work that is consumed or given platform, but there's various types of works like illustration, street art, graffiti, print. They all kind of have platforms where they can trade and have a marketplace. And I realized in South Africa we only have limited platforms where artists can trade and have a marketplace for their work. And given the last few years where I think art has taken a big knock, and there hasn't been much support for the art and the artists, especially independent artists, we needed a platform where we can gather, and also with people who are interested in collecting art, but not necessarily have big budget to collect art, or are not looking for specific art that is being in the commercial platforms that are popular here in South Africa. So this became an opportunity when when the presidential stimulus fund came through, a call to submit for proposals. So I thought I'd take my chance and try to create this platform that I've been dreaming about for a very long time. Yeah.
Well, we're glad you took the chance, because here we are, and not just celebrating the fair, but 50 other independent artists that are involved. That is a huge, huge milestone. On the line with the executive director of Mosito, Bendalo. He's an artist himself, Mmatsheko. We're going to continue the conversation after this.
Call us on +27 63 406 9126.
I can see my whole world changing.
And contribute to the conversation. For 60 years, Channel Africa has connected the continent. Celebrate the journey. Celebrate the African perspective. Keep Africa in your hands. Connect to our website for all your news, sports, and cultural updates. channelafrica.co.za. As the sun rises on 2026, Channel Africa celebrates with you. This year, may prosperity flow like water. May unity strengthen our nations. And may every African story inspire the world.
Channel Afrique vous accompagne dans cette célébration. Que l'espoir illumine notre continent.
Que as vozes de África ecoem com orgulho.
Ustawi na ufanisi na vitiririke kama maji.
From all of us at Channel Africa, we wish you and yours a joyful, successful, and prosperous 2026.
Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Channel Africa is moving with the times, and so is our WhatsApp line. We've changed our WhatsApp number, making it even easier for you to stay connected. Send us your voice notes, comments, shout outs, and song requests to our new WhatsApp number, +27 83 288 6684. That's +27 83 288 6684. Save it, share it, and stay in the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
The whole population of Africa has been shocked to the depth of its soul.
For 60 years, Channel Africa has been the voice that connects the continent, telling our stories and sharing our vision with the world. This year, we mark 6 decades of broadcast excellence.
60 years of stories, sound, and connection. 6 years of African conversations that matter. This is 60 years of broadcast excellence.
Broadcast excellence, rooted in Africa's heartbeat and looking boldly into the future. Join Channel Africa as we celebrate 60 years of broadcasting. Still strong, still vibrant, and still giving you the African perspective.
Channel Africa.
Across Africa, communities rise with the promise of clean water and clean sanitation. The African Union's 2026 theme calls us to action.
It's about mobilizing real commitments, securing climate-resilient water and sanitation projects, and ensuring that water becomes a driver of sustainable development and prosperity across the continent.
A landmark moment, not only for Africa, but for the global movement for access to safe water for all.
Assuring sustainable water availability for every home, every village, every nation. This is the Africa we want.
Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Mosito and Tebogo Lekhuleni on the upside.
23 minutes into 2 p.m. in Central African Time. Thank you for streaming with us. We are streaming audiovisually on YouTube and Facebook. Just search for Channel Africa. You'll be able to find us there. We're joined on the line by Mmatsheko. He's an artist and the executive director of Mosito, Bendalo, which is a very fascinating, beautiful print fair that's taking place in Cape Town towards the end of March 2026. Printmaking has often been described as one of the most democratic forms of art on the continent. So what does this mean to you? And did you incorporate that thinking in terms of how that will reflect in the fair and accessibility, which is very important?
Yes, indeed. What that means to me, and I think to a lot of people, is anybody can access arts, or at least prints, right? There's, depending on the kind of artist or where you are in your art career, your prints can vary from prices which are under 500 and up to hundreds of thousands, depending where you are. So with our selection committee, what we're trying to do is mix the different stages of careers that artists are in that will be selected to participate in the Cape Town Print Fair, so that everybody who comes to the fair has something that is accessible to them. And new collectors, this will be a beautiful place for them to come and fall in love with the piece and take it home and start collecting, get to know the artist personally, and also seasoned collectors as well can go and find something that they wouldn't find, in the usual platforms or in gallery spaces, because they'll be dealing with independent artists, and some of the independent artists who've applied are quite seasoned themselves. They've been represented before, but have gone independent now. So the scope of artists that we are dealing with is beautiful, and in that way, I think it makes it very democratic.
Yeah. Breeze, exhibitor applications are currently open and they will be closing on the 23rd of February. What are you looking for in an exhibitor?
We're looking for somebody who's exhibit ready, who's got work, somebody who's excited about the fair. We're looking for independent artists. We're looking for diverse interpretations of print. We're not only looking at traditional forms of print, we're also looking at new forms of print like risograph, digital printing. We're looking at illustrators as well, because they are also another platform that is not given, or another art form that is not given much platform. So we are looking at that. We're looking at zines. We're looking at independent publishers and authors, and but more geared towards the arts rather than literature. So we're looking for everything, But you must be able to obviously occupy a stand, so have enough work to occupy a stand, and or if you don't, you can partner with somebody that has can fill a stand with you, or a booth, for lack of a better word. Yeah. So we're looking for everybody. We're looking for diversity. I think apply. If you have any doubts, apply.
I like that. I mean, just give it a try. You're a fine example, actually, of just going for it and throwing caution to the wind, and really just casting a wide net, as wide as you possibly can. Okay, so you've given us the details as to who is eligible to sort of apply. How can we do that? If I'd like to apply, or if I would like to just find out more information about the fair, is there a place you can direct me to on social media and websites, etc.?
We're running social medias at the moment. We've got Instagram on our bio. There's a link to the form there. On Facebook, there's also a link to the form. If you look for Cape Town Print Fair, that is our handle, and you can find the form there. We're not dealing with websites at the moment. It's still under construction, but because of the time period that we have, given the funding that we were able to secure, we running social media as our main website, quote and unquote. But all the information is there, and as the days go by, we'll be updating more information. But please apply from wherever you are. If you can get to Cape Town, if you're chosen, that'll be If artists who are chosen must be able to get to Cape Town and come man their stalls and booths, which is the nature of a fair.
Amazing, amazing. Good stuff. Breeze, thank you so much for your time and all the best. And we hope that the benefits go far beyond just the fair itself for the independent artists, that, they secure not just deals, but they secure returning customers long after the fair has ended.
And that's what we're hoping to, man. We're hoping to connect people. We're hoping to connect community with the artists. We're hoping to connect artists with artists. We're building a community for independent artists and print artists.
We love it. We love it. Breeze, thank you so much for your time. Breeze Yoko.
Thank you for your time, guys. Much appreciated.
Amazing. He's an artist. He's an executive director of Boniswa Ubuhle Bendalo. Check out the Cape Town Print Fair on all social media platforms to exhibit your work. It will be taking place from the 27th to the 29th of March 2026. 30 minutes. Wait, did you think I was going to say 2025?
I thought that's where you're going. You're going backwards.
2026. It's 30 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the latest sports.
The voice of the continent, now online, with all your sports fixtures, lifestyle, and more. Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Let's kick off with football news. Sekhukhune United goalkeeper Ronaldo Lena says he is relishing his role as the club's current first choice amid fierce competition from Tostan Tabata and Manuel Sapunga. Lena has previously caught the attention of Bafana Bafana coach Hugo Broos, and with the FIFA World Cup approaching, the goalie says he continues to work towards being in his radar once again.
My mindset is and I'm doing the best that I can to get that spot in the Bafana, and because as a kid, under 9, under 10, under 12, all you watch was World Cups, dreaming out one day play. So while I have the opportunity to play, I just want to do the best I can and get to that spot and maybe get a call up eventually. But if I don't get it, doesn't mean it's the end of the world for me. My first priority is to do well at Sekhukhune because at the moment I'm employed by Sekhukhune United. So the dream is there and the dream is alive.
Mamelodi Sundowns defender Grant Kekana has refused to be drawn into the growing controversy surrounding the suspension of performance analyst Mario Masha ahead of the CAF Champions League showdown against MC Alger. SABC Sport reported that Masha, one of the club's longest-serving staff members, was temporarily sidelined amid allegations he leaked tactical information to former coach Rulani Mokoena, now in charge of the Algerian side. Kekana insisted his focus remained strictly on matters on the pitch.
No, I think my job is to play football. I think the technical side and management are taking care of that. And yeah, that's all I can comment on that situation.
On to cricket news. Left arm spinner Gudakesh Motie tore the heart out of England's much vaunted middle order as the West Indies won by 30 runs in the T20 World Cup clash in Mumbai. The West Indies scored 196 for 6, largely thanks to Stefan Rutherford's brutal unbeaten 76 and some late hitting from Jason Holder. In reply, England were all out for 166 in 19 overs, when Motie captured the prize wicket of Brook in his final over to leave England 131 for 5. The damage had been done. On to basketball. A royal father and basketball enthusiast, the Andoma of Doma in Nasarawa State, Nigeria, Ahmadu Aliyu Oga Onawo, has been commended by the prominent basketball promoter Igoche Mark for convening a meeting of stakeholders aimed at uniting the basketball family. The meeting, which was held at the Royal Father's Palace in Doma, brought together critical stakeholders, both physically and virtually, to discuss ways to safeguard basketball in Nigeria. The Andoma of Doma urged stakeholders to put aside their differences and work towards the betterment of Nigerian basketball. His advice came on the heels of the looming crisis over tenure elongation by the present board of the Nigeria Basketball Federation, the NBBF. The Southwest representative on the NBBF board and a former D Tigers captain, Olumide Oyedeji, also called for a greater sense of responsibility among stakeholders, urging them to avoid character assassination and negative campaigns. We end with tennis news. Canada's Victoria Mbogo ousted 5th seed Mira Andreeva in the Battle of the Teenagers at the Qatar Open Tennis Tournament in Doha. The 10th seed recorded a hard-fought 6-3, 3-6, 7-6 victory to advance to the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, Tuesday's giant killers, the unseeded duo of Maria Shakari and Elisabetta Kosciareto, continued to impress. Francis Vavara Gracheva failed to unnerve Sakari as the Greek player recorded a 7-6 6-love victory in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Kosciareto, who advanced to the third round of the WTA 1000 tournament for the first time in her career, beat Ann Lee of the United States 7-6, 5-7 and 6-4. The Italian will now make a first quarterfinal appearance in a WTA 100 event. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us at +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, File Lungwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Africa at Play with Neto, NETO, Chairman.
Lelintle, talk to us about your relationship with your father, Coach Pitso. What is this one thing that he said to you that is still stuck at the top of your head?
Coach Pitso and our mom, Moira Tlhagale, have always told us that whatever we do in life, we must do it to the best of our abilities. That, represents our family well. But the big thing is do what you love and do it with all the passion that you have. And I think we see it in both their work. I mean, my mom has done a really good job with placing Coach Pitso in different clubs around the world, and she's negotiated contracts, and she's shown that as a woman you can also do work that is seen, and you can also get respect from men in a male-dominated space. And I think my dad has also shown that you must never underestimate the Black African man.
Lelintle Mosimane, a South African communications and digital media professional. Lelintle is also a daughter to a great mentor when it comes to the game of football, Coach Jingles Mosimane.
Live every Saturday and Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m.
36 minutes after 2 p.m. Central African Time. Mr. Golden Voice is standing by with the latest in business news.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thanks, Tebogo, and good afternoon. South Africa's beef exports fell 26% in 2025, despite growing global demand, partly due to China's ban on the African country's fresh red meat products as it battles its worst foot and mouth disease outbreak in recent memory. The country has faced resurgent foot and mouth infections since early 2025, when the disease spread to 7 of its 9 provinces. According to statistics from industry body Red Meat Industry Services, beef shipments to China fell 69% to 1,687 metric tons last year, following the ban imposed in May. China's Consul General in South Africa, Pan Qingxiang, has welcomed a new economic partnership agreement between China and South Africa that will allow duty-free access for South African exports into the Chinese market. Qingxiang was speaking in Sandton, Johannesburg. He said the deal is expected to strengthen trade, boost investment, and deepen strategic cooperation between the two nations. The 15-day celebration, which symbolizes farewell to the past year while welcoming renewable good fortune, prosperity, happiness, and new opportunities, is what Michael Mbewe reports on.
Signed by South Africa's Minister of Trade, Pakstow, the framework agreement on economic partnership for shared prosperity is expected to be followed by negotiations on an early harvest agreement by the end of March 2026.
South African Electricity Minister Dr. Hosian Tsoramokgopa has confirmed that President Cyril Ramaphosa will outline solutions reached to address the cost of electricity in his State of the Nation address this evening in Cape Town. There is growing discontentment over the National Energy Regulator's approved electricity price increases, which experts warn could further push families into poverty. Ramokgopa spoke to SABC News outside the Cape Town City Hall.
The President will say something about how we're going to address the cost of electricity. I will come, I think, end of March to put before the country on how we want to address the electricity pricing policy and just invite comments. And I'm confident that by June we'd have addressed this situation and get into a new dispensation where we can find a price path that allows us to ensure that business is competitive and we don't strangle the household.
Libya has awarded oil and gas exploration blocks to foreign oil companies in its first licensing round in nearly 2 decades as it seeks to revitalize the sector despite ongoing political division. The National Oil Corporation, NOC, announced the winners of its first bid round since 2007. The awards signal renewed interest as foreign investors have been wary for years of Libya's operating environment after it descended into chaos following the 2011 overthrow of Muammar Gaddafi. Oil prices slipped as investors weighed the International Energy Agency's lowering of its global oil demand forecast for 2026 against potential escalation of US-Iran tensions. Brent crude oil futures were down 30 US cents or 0.34% at $69.10 a barrel. US West Texas Intermediate crude fell 23 cents or 0.36% to $64.40. $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 352. Botswana 12 pula 97. Kenya 128 shilling 176, and Zambia 18 kwacha 98. The BRICS countries in Brazil, the dollar will cost you 5 real 19. Russia 77 rubles 20. India 90 rupees 65. China 6 yuan 11, and in South Africa the dollar will cost you 15 rand 88 cents. 73 pence to the British pound and 84 to the euro. Gold $5,072, while platinum $2,118 per ounce. Brent crude oil $69.64 a barrel. For any business stories you would like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business in Johannesburg, I'm Thabisolo Hoku.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Be inspired. Stay informed. Channel Africa, the beauty of life. Now available anytime, anywhere with our new app. As Africa renews, so does its voices. 60 years of Channel Africa.
The whole population of Africa has been shocked to the depth of its soul.
For 60 years, Channel Africa has been the voice that connects the continent, telling our stories and sharing our vision with the world. This year, we mark 6 decades of broadcast excellence.
60 years of stories, sound, and connection.
6 years of African conversations that matter.
This is 60 years of broadcast excellence.
Rooted in Africa's heartbeat and looking boldly into the future. Join Channel Africa as we celebrate 60 years of broadcasting. Still strong, still vibrant, and still giving you the African perspective.
Channel Africa.
The music you love. The music you love.
You're in my head, still can't explain.
On Channel Africa, the African perspective. No matter where you are, Channel Africa is always with you.
asking you for more. Cause we've only begun, we're moving on. And the moment you call, I'm sure you know. If you want to see Joe Biden, then it's my line, you're darling. Merci beaucoup, I'm buying whatever you're selling.
Channel Africa, your voice, your sound, and your home. Stay logged right here. London. The Upside, live and real.
Come here, wait till the water you. Green body make I rock, come yeah. I know you seen on me. I get the money pass your papa. Wait till you want way I know feel do for you. Why you want the boogan one? You be kissed down any. You better drop your body and move sucker. Suffer with this body. Make we run, I'm on a low key. Baby, you know me. They get us to go move where you no go. Green. Come make a drive your come make a drive this your jalo. Please, baby, allow me. Tip you off with the alawi. See body, oh. See body. Please help me, oh. Me, I don't jam waiting, but some here waiting the water. Green body make I rock, yeah. I know you seen on me. I get the money pass your papa. Waiting you one way I don't feel do for you. Why you want the boogan one? You be kissed down any. You better drop your body and move. You to the form with this love for 15, baby, and lend me. I get the bounce for you. You want they do like say night I know the end. You to the steep they do like say your waist know the end. You know the bend. When you follow my command, baby do like I do, baby front and back. Give me boom back a boom. Sucker, suffer with this body. Make we run, I'm on a low. Drive your come make a drive this your jalo. Please, baby, allow me. Tip you off with the alarm. Come here, wait in the water you. Green body make I rock, yeah. I know you seen on me. I get the money pass your papa. Wait till you want way I know feel do for you. Why you want the boogan one? Share you be kissed down any. You better drop your body and move sucker. Suffer with this body, make we run, I'm on a low key. Baby, you know me. They get us to go move where you no go. Green, come make a drive your come make a drive this your jalo.
This is The Upside for Africa's most exciting content on the radio.
The name of the song, SMH by Joe Boy and Tempo. And before that, we had Charm by Rema. And then Faceless by Venus and Serotonin. It's 10 minutes before 3 p.m. Central African time. We're going to take a quick breather. When we get back, it will be time for What Caught Your Eye.
You heard something you like on Channel Africa and you would like to hear it again. Worry not, we've got your back. Just go to our website, www.channelafrica.co.za, and look for our podcast. Growing with Africa for 60 years. Channel Africa celebrates 2026 with the African perspective. From local studios to cross-border conversations, from traditional broadcasting to artificial intelligence, radio has always connected people. This Radio Day on Channel Africa. Join us for a special collaboration when On the Move crosses to Ikwekwezi FM from 9 till 12. And The Upside connects with Kulumani FM from Zimbabwe from 1 till 4 p.m. Central African Time as they talk about the evolution of radio. This World Radio Day, it's radio and AI, honoring where we come from and embracing where we are going. Channel Africa, the African perspective. They talk about what Africans say about Africa.
9 minutes before 3 p.m. Central African time. It's time for What Caught Your Eye. Here's what's trending at the moment. I'll bring it back to South Africa. Apology is trending on social media right now. Apology.
I'm afraid to ask.
Over the past couple of weeks, residents in Gauteng have been struggling with lack of water, right? They haven't had water. Some areas haven't had water for weeks on end, right? I know East Rand also, but residents in Johannesburg, in Gauteng, have reported that they haven't had water, okay? And you would think that, as a premier of Gauteng, you would be able to read the room. Panyaza Lesuf, we had a media conference or media briefing yesterday as he was doing site walks to the various, places that deal with the water infrastructures and, trying to get an update on what's happening, when will people get their water, what needs to be done, what support, so on and so forth. And then he went on to allude to the fact that, listen, this water situation affects all of us, even him as a premier. It affects him and his family. All right? It's not just us, the locals, not just... And he said, listen, guys, I'm a premier. But it doesn't mean that I have a special pipe that goes to my house just because I'm a premier, right? If you don't have water, I also don't have water.
As I roll my eyes.
Yeah. If you don't have water, I also don't have water. In fact, you know how bad it gets, Mmatsheko? It gets so bad that when you don't have water, I don't have water. Sometimes I get so frustrated. I even have to go to a hotel to go and shower there so I can go about with my business and, so I can feel refreshed. Read the room, sir. Which student in Soweto, in wherever, which single household doesn't have water, can afford to go to a hotel to go and shower and access water? Read the room. He's apologizing now. He put out a statement saying, listen, I apologize. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean it like that. But you said it, and you apologizing doesn't take away from the fact that you wouldn't say that you have access to, but you've got the resources to be able to take you out of a situation that doesn't favor you. Not everyone has that access. You didn't read the room. So this apology of yours, I don't understand where it's coming from. You've said what you've said. We now know that when you don't have water, you just simply find a place that has water. But the residents of Gauteng, when they don't have water, they just have to deal with it until the water comes back. And then still be charged and charged for the water they didn't have and didn't use. You are out of sight and out of touch with what's happening on the ground. Better we keep quiet with certain situations and don't commentate from a place of privilege. Because in actual fact, you've frustrated so many people who've had to deal with no water for so many weeks. That's what caught my eye.
The jokes keep writing themselves. It's very unfortunate what was said in literally in public, in front of everyone. So embarrassing. But we are seeing what's happening in Rwanda. Very interesting what's happening, because in recent months, and in fact in recent years, the Rwandan government has closed thousands of churches and other places of worship for failing to meet legal and regulatory requirements. When we look at earlier this year, early in 2026, authorities were enforcing the long-standing 2018 law by shutting down thousands of unregistered or uncompliant or non-compliant churches across the country. So what does this mean now for new regulation and new regulatory requirements, if you will? Under revised rules, as we understand it, religious leaders must have accredited theology degrees, and places of worship must be registered with the Rwanda Governance Board, or RGB as it's known, which means that they need to meet health and safety standards. They need to submit annual financial reports, and also to operate in facilities that comply with the state standards. So I don't know what you think about this, because when we look at professionalizing and regulating religion, I'm going to withhold my opinion. I don't think it matters at this point. But it would be wonderful to know what you think of this. When you look at what government is saying in their aims to kind of, professionalize religion, leadership, to protect the citizens. I think those are some of the words that I've seen being used in many places. What are your thoughts on the fact that this is happening, that there are very strict regulations around religious institutions, centers, the people that are practicing these spaces, cleanliness, all sorts of things you need to comply. You need an accredited degree, a theology degree, if you're going to be practicing as a religious leader in Rwanda. Good or bad, yay or nay? Would love to know from you. I shall withhold my opinion on this one. I don't think it matters, but I'd love to hear from you.
Let us know. Let us know what you think at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Yes, accountability, very important, in any sphere, especially when you're dealing with human beings. I understand certain regulations and structures that need to be put into place. But then it got me thinking, how do you qualify if someone is gifted, let's say spiritually gifted, right, and they get to work with medicines, or they get to spiritual consultation, right? How do you qualify that? You can't, for a pastor you'd say, okay, you need a theology degree, but what about other spaces of healing where other people don't have a theory or a classroom to go to? They are gifted, and how do they qualify, and how do they then put a structure and a framework around that? It's a very touchy subject, this one. So we'd love to hear what your opinion is on that. We have unfortunately seen many pastors who have taken advantage of the fame, the power that they have, and the position that they hold, in taking advantage of people. So to an extent, yes, putting those structures and accountability sharp, but it's a very sensitive one to navigate. So we'd love to hear your opinion. Let us know on social media, on TikTok.
Yeah, there are vulnerable worshippers. There is that concern that people have. But when we look at, regulating spirituality, as you'd mentioned it, it's also a tricky one. The reason I want to hold off on my opinion is because there are still investigations around this that are looking at the closures of churches and mosques in Rwanda. So there's a lot going on. So I'm just watching what is happening and how it's going to affect both government and regulatory matters, and also just social etiquette, how people now move around, how people are going to absorb the space of religion in the places where they move around. But we're going to be watching it closely. There's always information coming out of Rwanda in regards to this.
Anyway, that's what caught our eye. It's such a sensitive one, I tell you, because no one ever forces you to go to church. No one ever puts a gun to your head and says, come here, give us a tide, da-da-da-da-da. No one ever does that. You do it voluntarily. So you see,
we'd like to think it's voluntary.
You say it. You can say it's conditioning. You can say it's what. But what I'm saying is that it's such a touchy space to be delving into. Anyway, it's gone 3 p.m. Central African Time. Welcome to the final hour of The Upside. Let's get the latest news.
Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa. SABC News. The African Perspective.
Top stories: Asawa, Zimbabwe's Job Sikala petitions the African Union, and 21 people die in a boat incident in Sudan. Good afternoon. I'm Jolani Tulo Wepe. The Job Sikala-led National Democratic Working Group, or NDWG, has petitioned the African Union, demanding its intervention to stop ZANU-PF from amending the constitution to extend Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa's term of office, among other controversial proposals. Sikala says they have asked the AU to invoke its own protocols, which Zimbabwe is in violation of. Sikala says they are specifically relying on the Constitutive Act of Article 30 to strengthen their case.
The fifth point, which we are relying upon, is the manipulation of the constitutional processes in a member state for them to prolong the leader of the term of office of the incumbent. This provision of the prolongation or extension of the terms of office of the incumbent was put in place after Africa has faced several challenges by many regimes and many governments that have been trying to extend their terms of office after their 2 terms have come to an end.
Ethiopia's Foreign Affairs Minister Gideon Timotheos has warned that unconstitutional changes of government and growing global geopolitical competition are posing a risk to Africa's peace, stability and development. Speaking at the AU meeting in Addis Ababa, Timotheos says shifting global power dynamics are increasingly shaping how major powers engage with Africa.
Our continent is still grappling with incidents of unconstitutional change of government, which are undermining the normative foundation of our union. The evolving geopolitical landscape in which multilateralism and global cooperation are being eroded is also adversely affecting peace and security in our continent. Fierce competition for technological supremacy, control of critical mineral resources, and major logistics routes are becoming a dominant feature of international relations. Trade and economic cooperation are becoming subordinated to political and security considerations. In this context, many big and middle powers are viewing Africa as a site for their competition and as an instrument of their ambitions.
At least 21 people have died after a passenger boat sank in the River Nile state in northern Sudan. The Sudan Doctors Network says the boat was traveling between the villages of Tiaba al-Kawad and Dame al-Karai, carrying nearly 30 passengers, including women, elderly people and children. Rescue teams are continuing with their search operations. Sudan often sees accidents involving traditional boats, which are commonly used to cross the Nile because bridges are scarce, particularly in rural areas. Families of the victims of apartheid-era human rights violations in South Africa say they feel betrayed by the democratic state in the quest for justice for their loved ones. This was communicated on their behalf by Thembi Simelane, Minister of Human Settlements and sister of Nokuthula Simelane, a struggle activist who was abducted, tortured and forcibly disappeared by the security branch in 1983. Simelane is the first witness at the inquiry to probe efforts or attempts to stop the investigation and prosecution of TRC cases sitting in Bromfontein in Johannesburg. Simelane told the inquiry of a tale of endless excuses, lost dockets, a rejected inquest request, and years of non-investigation on the part of the SAPS and NPA.
Ultimately, we feel betrayed. I feel betrayed myself as well. The state has betrayed us. I'd hope the old system may not do anything, but I'd hope that the new system will at least give me the truth, which is what the TRC promised us. Nothing else, just the truth. It is, and it has been a very lonely journey. In some instances, we are being made to feel like, why don't you just forget, move on? I've tried so many times, but I sit with the 85-year-old mother who has not buried her child. and I simply can't forget.
And finally, the U.S. under the Secretary of Defense has told a meeting of NATO defense ministers in Brussels that increased military spending by European countries and Canada will make the alliance more equal. Pentagon Policy Chief Elbridge Colby said last year saw a genuine commitment to have Europe take the lead on conventional defense.
I think we have a really strong basis for working together in partnership, but putting NATO kind of a 3.0 NATO that's based a partnership rather than dependency, and really a return to what NATO was originally intended for.
Recapping the top story, the SAWA, the Job Sikhala-led National Democratic Working Group, has petitioned the African Union demanding its intervention to stop ZANU-PF from amending the constitution to extend Zimbabwean President Emmerson Mnangagwa's term of office, among other controversial proposals. For any news stories you would like to share with us, please do send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa News, I'm Jolani Tulo Wepe.
SABC News. The African Perspective. Time to stay informed, inspired, and connected to the ideas driving Africa forward. The Upside on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
6 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time, we've entered the final hour of The Upside, the Thursday edition, your gateway to the good life on Channel Africa, The African Perspective, with me, Tebogo, Lekhuleni, and Mmatsheko, Mosito. Stream us live on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Mmatsheko, Mosito, we're talking all things fashion in this hour. Hey.
Just had to fit in a moment there. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we continue with artistic talks on the show. We were speaking about print fairs that are taking place in the south of the continent here in South Africa. And now we're looking at personalized style and how it meets convenience with Domingo, who is basically redefining stress-free shopping with shoppable guides. Stress-free shopping with shoppable guides.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, the English is very interesting.
Very interesting. Okay, well, stay tuned to find out what that is all about. Don't go anywhere.
Go tell them, Adeshi, Papi Chulo, Adeshi, stand like a tuso, Adeshi. Yeah, me now pounds and dollar, yeah. Yeah, me want a big $1, yeah. Make you go ask up $10, yeah. My people want the rubber, yeah. What shall the profit, man? If the rubber no day, and the timbalaba no day, and you cannot do okay, do. Timaya come neko, no time for jo, no time for meow. If you know day, you know day. If you didn't day, baby send account number. No time for jo. Adeshi, go tell them, Adeshi, Papi Chulo, Adeshi, stand like a tuso, Adeshi.
Everywhere, Marama, all my girls, milli. Oshie Kwanya, where you go down. If they play, if they show. If we show, you gon' know. Everywhere, Sarambara. Oshie Kwanya, where you go down. Adeshi, Papi Chulo, Nijada. Everywhere I go, who watch it in a fight from Buraka. Adeshi, who copy a carrier.
Go and tell them, it's time to take out. About the question, dollar, pounds and dollar, yeah. Yeah, me want to make my dollar, yeah. Make you go ask up $10, yeah. My people want the rubber, yeah. What shall they profit a man if the rubber no day and the timbalaba no day and you cannot do okay? Yoko. Tibaya flavor, what she for we side.
We're 10 minutes into the final hour of the Upside on this Thursday. Thank you very much for tuning in. 10 minutes into 3 p.m. with the music of Timaya or Deshi featuring Flavor and Young Alpha. Any of those your favorite artists? I love Flavor. Nigeria's Flavor.
Oh, absolutely.
All-time fave of mine.
You know, I love food that is well flavored. Delicious, yeah. But if you're asking about that, no, I don't know any of them actually.
Okay, well, Timaya, maybe you can.
No,
not really.
No,
not today.
No. 11 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time.
From local studios to cross-border conversations, from traditional broadcasting to artificial intelligence, radio has always connected people. This Radio Day on Channel Africa. Join us for a special collaboration when On the Move crosses to Ikwekwezi FM from 9 till 12. And The Upside connects with Kulumani FM from Zimbabwe from 1 till 4 p.m. Central African time as they talk about the evolution of radio. This World Radio Day, it's radio and AI, honoring where we come from and embracing where we are going. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tebogo and Mmatsheko from The Upside.
Furahi
It's gone 16 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Kajanin. Oh, the name of the song is called Sailing. My favorite Kajanin song till this day is still what is it called again?
Sambolera.
No, not Sambolera. Wale Watu.
Oh yeah,
Wale
actually, that is your favorite song.
I can't even sing, so don't even ask me to
That
sing
is
the full
your
song.
favorite song, yes.
It's gone 16 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. We're still streaming live on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok, where you can see our lovely studio and our amazing guests. We're talking all things fashion with someone who knows a thing or two about style. Mmatsheko Mosito.
Yes.
Well,
Okay,
you too, but introduce.
Yeah, but now.
Yeah, you too. You have style.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So, for anyone who is looking to elevate their personal style without stress of endless browsing, a new personalized style service is offering a simple and convenient solution. So, we're looking at a shoppable PDF format. Clients can actually receive tailored recommendations, curated outfits, and tips for sourcing second-hand pieces. I love that. I love that we can learn about thrifting. So let's talk about the service and what it looks like for you, whether you're a young professional or you're looking to upgrade or, I don't know, up your style.
Upstyle.
Okay? Upstyle yourself. Okay. We've got somebody who is working at the helm of this work. Domingo is a fashion model and a style consultant with over a decade of experience working with brands like Levi's, Cartier, Sony as well. And she combines her knowledge of fashion trends, visual storytelling, and luxury presentation.
Come on now.
And we're not making it up because, I mean, look at the girl. I mean, look at the girl. I mean, come on now. Hello, Ostumi. Welcome to the studio. Welcome to Channel Africa.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Good.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Can I just say, you are in the perfect profession because as soon as you walked into the studio, your outfit introduced you, you know. I didn't look at your hair. I didn't look at your face. I just look at the body. I was like, look at that outfit. And it's simple, but the clothes fit you and the color coordination is perfect. And I don't know, you are just the queen of style. Talk to us about your journey in fashion, in modeling, and how you found yourself, how you found this passion along the way.
So to speak about it, it actually didn't find me along the way. So growing up, I actually knew that I'm going to be in fashion, but I always wanted to be a fashion designer until I was in design school. And I was like, no, this is for me. I'm not about the making of the garment, but I'm more about the final product, which is putting outfits together and shopping. And I was very passionate about helping people to elevate their styles. And I think going along, it was very... I did not take it seriously. And people were always like, why are you not taking yourself seriously? And I was like, guys, not now. I need to find a balance and then I can do it. I think I did not believe in myself that much in that regard. But growing up now, I can actually realize that this is gonna work for me and my passion lies here. So hence I started Own Your Muse.
Own Your Muse is what the company is called.
Own Your Muse.
Hey, a downloadable PDF style guide, basically.
Yes.
That helps you to shop. It's tailored for you.
Right?
Yes. And based on what you're looking for and what you're trying to achieve. We're still in conversation with Domingo, and we'll continue the conversation with her after the break because I want to find out who inspires her when it comes to fashion. Don't go anywhere.
Across Africa, communities rise with the promise of clean water and clean sanitation. The African Union's 2026 theme calls us to action.
It's about mobilizing real commitments, securing climate-resilient water and sanitation projects, and ensuring that water becomes a driver of sustainable development and prosperity across the continent.
A landmark moment, not only for Africa, but for the global movement for access to safe water for all.
Assuring sustainable water availability for every home, every village, every nation. This is the Africa we want.
Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Keep Africa in your hands. Connect to our website for all your news, sports, and cultural updates. channelafrica.co.za.
21 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time, still in conversation with the founder of Own Your Style, Domingo.
Muse, darling.
Oh, Muse. Muse Your Style. Own Your Muse. Yes. Own Your Muse. Domingo. She's a fashion model, a style consultant with over a decade experience styling people. And you know what? I wanted to know who inspires you, because you said you've always known growing up that you're going to be a fashionista, stylist. You've always known this, but who inspired you growing up? Was it your parents?
My mom.
Who was it?
My mom, definitely my mom. She used to dress us up. I have a twin sister, so my mom used to dress us up everywhere we went, coordinating outfits for us, you know, and even now she still does that. And, funny enough, now I'm the one styling her. So it's like...
It's now intergenerational.
Yes.
Why is personal style an important thing? Especially, if, when you're looking to stand out, everyone's on social media now.
Yes.
Why is personal style so important?
Because it's your representation. So it's your interpretation of who you are. So that's why personal style is very important. And it's very important for you to stick to what you know personally and what makes you comfortable. Because a lot of people are just following whatever that's coming, trends, and they lose their essence. So it's very important for people to actually listen to what they like and what makes them feel more comfortable and confident.
Okay, but if I've been, you say I must stick to what I know, but what if what I've been doing and what I know is wrong? Like
that's why I'm here.
Yes, that's why you're here. Like, for example, picking the right colors for your skin tone.
Yes.
Dressing for your height, for example. People struggle with that.
Yes.
They wear a lot of tall women stuff, and they're a little bit shorter or a little bit heavier, pear-shaped, etc. So, perhaps the question then is, what would consulting with you look like? What are you going to help me with?
So, firstly, we are going to ask you, what are you mostly comfortable in, and what are you looking for? So in terms of styling, what's your vision? Who do you wanna look like, or like who's your inspiration? And then we can work around that. Once we have that consultation, then I build around your new image, and then I send you your lookbook and your inspiration. And if you'd like me to shop for you, I can also render you that service. So we start off by consultation. We take your measurements. We look at your body shape, your body type. Afterwards, we work on the lookbook and the mood board for you, and then we can shop for you. So I can actually do that for you at the personalized service.
Love that.
Yes.
But I'm sure it's not limited to just, you asking a client, what are you comfortable in?
Yes.
Because oftentimes what we are comfortable in is what restricts and limits us.
Yes.
It's at times when we get out of our comfort, where we try something different, where we're like, actually, that works on me. Do you allow clients to also exercise that?
Well, it goes back now to the name of the business, which is Owning Your Muse. So Muse, it's more of a confidence aura that you exude. But it's hard for people to invoke that. So I help you to invoke your muse. It helps you to redefine yourself and find that magnetic aura within you. Yes.
Love that. Okay.
find your individuality.
Yes,
I love that. Yeah,
because your muse, and muse, it's like it's a cultivation of self-awareness.
Yes. Okay,
So,
I like that
yes,
description.
yes.
Cultivation of self-awareness.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, you had me at lookbook. Oh my goodness, I love that, because that's like your own story that you can
Yes.
see unfold before you, and then dress yourself in that manner. Let's talk about thrifting and how it fits into the puzzle of this. People look down on thrifting. People think you can't find anything decent when you're thrifting. Some people kind of like the idea of thrifting, but they think it's a lot of work. So, where does thrifting fit now, especially with big operative words like sustainability and fashion, but with personal style, which is your specialization?
So with thrifting, it's not a lot of people that are very comfortable buying second-hand clothes, but it helps you to find rare pieces, rare gems, as described, because when you thrift, there's always one of one items. So even when people see you on the street and they like, oh, what are you wearing? Where did you get this? And you're like, oh no, I thrifted it. So it becomes easier for you to have your own personalized clothes and not what everyone else has. So I think I want to make people comfortable going the thrifting way, and thrifting does not limit to used clothes, because there's also new clothes at thrifts, but like people did not purchase the clothes and you find them new. So I think people need to change the perception of thrifting. And thrifting, you find good quality clothes there a lot. I have a lot of items that are thrifted and people still think they're new, or I bought them overseas, or yeah. And a lot of fashion people actually thrift. I think it's a taboo if you're in fashion and you don't thrift,
Yeah, it is very weird if you're a person who likes personal, individualistic style and you don't thrift. Yeah, I also side eye those people.
Very interesting. When it comes to this PDF, this shoppable PDF guide that we have, our own style guide, does it have the places where I can buy these items from, or is it just suggesting and showing you what you can wear, what kind of items, clothing can look good on you, and then you go and buy it accordingly?
Yes. And this differs from individuals. So there would be people that would prefer me to do everything. There's people who would prefer for me to create those lookbooks and inspirations for them, and then they can go and buy for themselves. So it really differs.
Okay.
Yes.
Where can we find the service? Is there an online platform? Is it an app?
So for now, you're going to have to use my email address, and then I can email you the lookbook. The website is underway. So for now, we're just going to work with the email. I can drop my email as well as my numbers, and then that's how you can interact with me.
Please do.
Yes.
Please do. Please do. What are your numbers? What are your contacts?
So my email address is tumi.ungo@icloud.com, and my cell phone numbers is 084 413 0665.
You know what? We're going to go straight into our sports, right? And then get business news. But for not even 5 minutes, I would love Utumi to give us some tips on what we should be wearing now. It's summer, it's hot. You don't want material that just sticks on you the whole time, right? And winter is also coming up. We should start buying and preparing, the right items for winter. So Utumi, if you don't mind, hanging 10.
Okay.
Right.
So linens, definitely linens.
Okay, hang 10. We hold the thought. We're going to take sports, and then we're going to come back and continue our conversation.
There's a whole conversation that needs to happen here. It's 30 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time. Let's get the latest in sports. Mr. Figile Lingwati is standing by.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
And our sports headlines, sports in details this time around. We begin with tennis news. Swiss veteran Stan Wawrinka added another highlight to his farewell season by overcoming a 23-year gap in a 6-3, 6-4 victory over 17-year-old Tebogo in the first round of the Rotterdam Open. The 40-year-old's match against the Dutch lucky loser Bogart featured the second largest gap in ATP Tour and a Grand Slam history. Dominic Thiem was 18 when he beat 44-year-old Thomas Muster in Vienna in 2011. Three-time Grand Slam champion Wawrinka, who said last year that 2026 would be his final season, takes on Australian world number 8 Alex de Minaur next. Wawrinka made his Grand Slam breakthrough by winning the 2014 Australian Open and last month became the oldest man to reach the third round of the Melbourne Major since Ken Rosewell. Some more tennis news. Canada's Victoria Mboko ousted 5th seed Mira Andreeva in the Battle of the Teenagers at Qatar Open tennis tournament in Doha. The 10th seed recorded a hard-fought 6-3, 3-6, 7-6 victory to advance to the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, Tuesday's giant killers, the unseeded duo of Maria Sakkari and Elisabetta Cocciaretto, continued to impress. Francis Varvara Gracheva failed to unnerve Sakkari as the Greek player recorded a 7-6, 6-love victory in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Cocciaretto, who advanced to the third round of the WTA 1000 tournament for the first time in a career, beat Ann Lee of the United States 7-6, 5-7 and 6-4. The Italian will now make a first quarterfinal appearance in a WTA 100 event. On to football news. Stellenbosch FC defender Zviwe Ngwali says the club has drawn valuable lessons from the CAF Confederations Cup campaign and are determined to use the experience as fuel in the push to return next season. The Wineland side will conclude their group stage journey with a dead rubber clash against Tanzania's Singida Black Stars on Sunday, having already been eliminated from the competition. Speaking after Stellies were drawn against Golden Arrows in the Nedbank Cup last 16, Nkwali reflected on the key takeaways from the African adventure and the motivation it has provided.
In the continental, with this, the level is a bit higher and like the physique also. So we have learned that we have to be strong, more stronger, and the level we play on a high tempo. So yeah, that's the positive side from me.
And Sekhukhune United goalkeeper Ronaldo Lena says he's relishing his role as the club's current first choice amid fierce competition from Tostan Tabata and Manuel Sapunga. Lena has previously caught the attention of Bafana Bafana coach Hugo Broos, and with the FIFA World Cup approaching, the goalie says he continues to work towards being in his radar once again.
My mindset is like, and I'm doing the best that I can to get that spot in the Bafana, like, and because as a kid, under 9, under 10, under 12, all you watch was World Cups, dreaming out one day play. So while I have the opportunity to play, I just want to do the best I can and get to that spot and maybe get a call up eventually. But if I don't get it, doesn't mean it's the end of the world for me. My first priority is to do well at Sekhukhune because at the moment I'm employed by Sekhukhune United. So the dream is there and the dream is alive.
And in cricket news, left-arm spinner Gudakesh Motie tore the heart out of England's much-vaunted middle order as the West Indies won by 30 runs in the T20 World Cup clash in Mumbai. The West Indies scored 196 for 6, largely thanks to Shafani Rutherford's brutal unbeaten 76 and some late hitting from Jason Holder. In reply, England were all out for 166 in 19 overs. When Motie captured the prize wicket of Brook in his final over to leave England 131 for 5, the damage had been done. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +2711 714 4459. This is Channel Africa Sport with me, Fidel Ngwati.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
África. Conhece o Ntivani?
Claro que sou eu.
Ntivani é o amante da música de corpo e alma.
Eu amo música africana.
Ele aprecia todos os tipos de melodias e passa os seus dias a ouvir a Channel Africa. Adivinha só, a Channel Africa quer ajudar o Ntivani e os amantes da música em todo o lado a descobrir ainda mais música incrível. Por isso, a Channel Africa está a convocar artistas africanos a submeterem as suas músicas. músicos. Lembrem-se de nos dar todas as informações relevantes no music@channelafrica.co.za. As submissões são a vossa oportunidade de ser ouvidos, mas não garantem inclusão na lista. Todas as submissões serão cuidadosamente analisadas para verificar se cumprem os requisitos da nossa estação. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
No matter where you are, Channel Africa is always with you.
36 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African Time, Channel Africa's very own Barry White with melanin is standing by. Tabiso Lihuku.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thanks, Tebogo, and a very good afternoon. Australian miner Paladin Energy says it is on track to complete the ramp-up of its Langer-Heinrich uranium mine in Namibia to reach maximum output from July, as higher prices help to accelerate mining investment. Spurred by a global push for nuclear energy and a potential supply shortfall for the critical mineral, uranium prices surged to a two-year high of $101 a pound in January, before settling down to hover between $85 to $90 a pound. Namibia, the world's number 3 uranium producer after Canada and leader Kazakhstan, wants to cement its position after achieving record output last year when it topped 10,000 metric tons of U-38, commonly known as yellow cake, for the first time. South Africa's beef exports fell 26% in 2025 despite a growing global demand, partly due to China's ban on the African country's red meat products as it battles its worst foot-and-mouth disease outbreak in recent memory. The country has faced resurgent foot-and-mouth infections since early 2025 when the disease spread to 7 of its 9 provinces. According to statistics from industry body Red Meat Industry Services, beef shipments to China fell 69% to 1,687 metric tons last year, following the ban imposed in May. The Human Sciences Research Council has hosted a webinar focused on strengthening small-scale agri-food systems to enhance household food security and poverty alleviation in South Africa. Approximately 15 million people experience food insecurity, representing about 25.8% of the population. The webinar highlighted the role of small-scale farmers in enhancing food security, particularly for vulnerable households, and aimed to inform policies that improve livelihoods. Sisi Sekhalo has more.
It looked at the role and contribution of small-scale food system actors in enhancing equity and food and nutrition security in South Africa's food and breaking the red tape of municipal bylaws and policies for inclusive participation of small-scale food system actors in urban and peri-urban communities.
China's Consul General in South Africa, Pan Qingjiang, has welcomed a new economic partnership agreement between China and South Africa that will allow duty-free access for South African exports into the Chinese market. Xinjiang was speaking in Sandton, Johannesburg. He said that the deal is expected to strengthen trade, boost investment and deepen strategic cooperation between the two nations. Michael Mbewe has more.
Signed by South Africa's Minister of Trade, Pakstow, the Framework Agreement on Economic Partnership for Shared Prosperity is expected to be followed by negotiations on an early harvest agreement by the end of March 2026.
Global stocks traded around record highs today, and the dollar held firm after surprisingly strong U.S. jobs report dented expectations for near-term rate cut expectations, with a slew of major companies set to report earnings in Europe. Yesterday's report shows that the U.S. economy created almost twice as many jobs in January as expected, allaying some concerns over a softening labor market and keeping alive expectations for another couple of U.S. rate cuts this year. MSCI's All-World Index, which has gained nearly 4.5% this year, was up for a fifth day and nudging at Wednesday's record high. $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,000 naira 352. In Botswana, it's at 12.97. Kenya, 128 shilling 176. In Zambia, 18 kwacha 98. The BRICS countries in Brazil, the dollar there, 5 rand 19. Russia, 77 rubles 20. India, 90 rupees 65. China, 6 yuan 91. And in South Africa, the dollar will cost you 15 rand 88 cents. 73 pence to the British pound and 84 to the euro. Gold, $5,072, while platinum, $2,118 per ounce. Brand crude oil is at $69.64 a barrel. For any business stories you would like to share with us, please send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business in Johannesburg, I'm Tabiso Lohoko.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Whatever you want to hear about today's talk, you can get it on the Upside.
41 minutes after 3 p.m. Central African time, we've entered the final stretch of the Upside. Still streaming live on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook and YouTube, and at Channel Africa 1 on TikTok. Do yourself a favor, download our Channel Africa app so you can take us with you wherever you go on your Android or your iOS device. Still hanging out with styling royalty.
Yes.
Utumi Nko. Still giving us tips on how we can better prepare. Winter is coming. But I wanted us, Tumi, to focus on now, summer. It's hot. What are our go-to items and what should we completely stay away from?
Oh, guys, please stay away from wool, eh?
Wool.
Yes. Wool, like it's very hard. So other people need to be in linen, cotton, silk, satin. Just be free, just work with fabrics that are gonna let your skin breathe, So you don't want to overwhelm yourself and be in the heat because it's already hot. It's very hot. So you need to, linen is a very breathable fabric. So you need to always be in linens. I don't know. I believe in linen so much because maybe it has that rich aesthetic to it.
I'm a believer in linen. Oh my goodness, I am obsessed with linen.
Yes.
But just on that note of linen, because it's actually become quite a popular fabric.
Yes.
Off late. The year 2025, I saw a lot more men and women in linen shorts and dresses and that sort of thing.
Yes.
Linen, pure linen versus linen blends. What's the difference if I'm looking perhaps to introduce linen fabric into my wardrobe?
So linen, that is your authentic linen, 100% linen. It's very expensive, right? But with your blended linen, because there's fabrics that are intertwined into it, they combine fabrics in regards to linens and other fabrics just to make it durable and cheaper. So it makes it very accessible to people to purchase and wear. But with 100% linen, I can tell you 100% linen for a shirt, you can get it around 3,000 minimum. It depends on where you're buying it. But with linen blend, that you're looking around from 400 and above in pricing for your blended linens. So it's really not that expensive, and it depends on where you buy it. Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
I didn't know there was a difference.
I want to tap into just the psychology of style, because I would imagine consulting with someone like you means that I need to unlearn a whole lot of bad habits, or just rethink personal style, and not look at the next person for, this is what they're doing, therefore I should.
Yes.
Really going back to, me being my own muse, as you so beautifully put it earlier. So in my consultation with you, you've already given me an idea of the lookbook, of us really looking at body shapes and that sort of thing, and goals, ultimate goals, whether it's for career or travel or whatever the case is. So how much would it cost now? We need to talk about costs, because people are perhaps thinking, which is very strange, because clothes can make or break a person, especially if you're going to be walking into professional spaces.
Yes.
why I'm asking about cost is trying to ascertain and trying to put out to the listener whether this is a worthy investment or not. So how much would it cost me to invest in a personal stylist?
So that is very I think it depends on you. It depends on your budget. I don't think you need to spend hefty amounts, when it comes to style. Because if you know how to put a good outfit together, you can buy a very cheap outfit, but you can still make it look very expensive. Like I have my outfits that are very cheap, and people think that maybe it cost you like
anything look cheap.
Yes,
I can't imagine that. No.
So it really depends on the person who's consulting with me.
That's right.
Because that's the first thing that we need to look at. Okay, this is your budget. I wanna go for these type of looks, and then I can see how I work around it. But if you wanna look good, it doesn't have to cost you millions. It can cost you a simple 300 to look good. So it really depends on where you make the purchases and how you put it together. I really don't think my whole closet can make it. I don't know. It's not even 80K.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's stylish.
Yes.
And it's you.
Yes.
All right. So when it comes to then, who do you consult? It's not just. Imagine it's not just the ladies who come to you. Can the gentlemen come to you? Can children? Who do you consult?
Anyone and everyone. Anyone and everyone who wants to elevate their personal style, they can come to me and consult.
Do you do virtual consultations?
So I do virtual consultations. I do like your real life consultations, and we can do it like on the phone. If you at the mall, like we should just maybe share on WhatsApp. No, this is what I'm seeing. Do you think it will look good on me? Because I remember last year I did like a virtual consultation with my friend. She was traveling to Thailand, and we had to work around almost 15 looks for that. So I had to create the mood board. I had to buy clothes for her.
Right.
I had to put up all outfits for those 15 days. So yeah, that was just, it was a very tedious process, but we did it, and she loved all her looks. Yes,
that's beautiful.
Yes.
That's a worthy investment, and also
Yes.
we want to look good because we're going to be taking snaps for Instagram.
Yes.
We have to look good.
Yes.
You are so blessed because you've got your twin sister who is your muse.
Yes.
Your personal style muse, and I think it's so beautiful. Talk to us a little bit about your relationship with Itumeleng Libutumelo. I love that. And you guys just sort of drawing inspiration from each other. I think that's such a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. So she's actually my first client, and I'm her first client because she's a talent agent. So all of her models, I did the styling for the portfolio shoots. So I would use her as a reference if people wanted to use my services. Like I would put outfits for her together, take pictures, and that's how we work around it. So we work hand in hand.
Oh,
yes.
Love that. Love that. What are the plans for 2026? What are you hoping your brand will grow to, and potential partnerships and collaborations? What are you hoping for this year?
So I want to do a lot of collaborations within brands. So a lot of people are doing events, right? And they would put out a theme for events. So they would put out the theme and say, for example, chic, or we want you all whites, cottons, and there's someone who's reading the invitation, they don't even know what the theme is. So I came with the plan. So I want to collaborate with people that are doing events, and then I can put on mood boards for them, so they can actually come for that, and I can charge them for that service.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's a lovely idea.
Yes.
And that's definitely a service that's needed. There's
Yes.
a lot of events that happen on an annual basis or quarterly basis, or whatever the case is. Thank you so much, Tumi. It was
Thank
wonderful
you
to
for having
meet
me.
you and to get to understand what personal style actually is. Just give us those details again before we wrap up, in terms of how we can get in touch with you.
So my email address is dumi.ungo@icloud.com, and my cell phone number is 084 413 0665.
All right.
Yes. And my Instagram, it's bitumelo.unka. So you can catch me there and then you can follow me and we can talk.
Love it. 10 minutes before 4 p.m. Central African time. We're going to take a quick breather. When we get back, we hand over the mic to the Queen of Africa in business, Tami Ngubeni.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802. The Morning Switch Weekend. With the Shy Guy.
I Show Speed, often called Speed, who is a popular American YouTuber and live streamer known for his high-energy personality, loud reactions, and unpredictable humor. He visited Ethiopia, and he was shocked what he found out actually when he got to Ethiopia. He got to find out that, they don't use the Gregorian calendar. That is, we are in 2026 right now. And he got to find out they are in 2018.
2018. Nah, you trolling me. It's 2026. No. It ain't 2026. Wait, hold on. Wait, we in the past? Ronaldo is still in Real Madrid. Everything is in the past here.
Oh man, how shocked the Speed was. He went back in time.
Saturday and Sunday mornings belong to the Morning Switch. 3 to 6 a.m. Central African time. Your life, your rhythm, your Africa. Channel Africa. Find it for free on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
Fire mata, I be akago. Fire mata, I go carry go. Fire mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Oh, Eva, oh, Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh, Eva, oh, Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh, 2, 3, 4. Call my number +234. What the hell are you waiting for? Fry my brain with your cooking pot, baby, no way to. Full import, sexy girl in a blue pin Porsche. Smash up girl, we don't need my phones. Oh my lord, oh Eva, oh Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh Eva, oh Eva. Fire mata, I be akago. Fire mata, I go carry go. Fire mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Fire mata, I be akago. Fire mata, I go carry go. Fire mata, I go scatter city, scatter town.
Dans mon trône, il me manque une vraie queen. Une vraie. Maintenant que t'es là. Je suis tout à toi, t'inquiète pas, je suis sous emprise. Nana Kobalo, Nana Lela, Nana Yo. T'es ma meilleure carte d'Afrique.
Oh Eva, oh Eva. If I ever be your man, I go choose you before everybody. Oh Eva, oh Eva. Fire mata, I be akago. Fire mata, I go carry go. Fire mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Fire mata, I be akago. Fire mata, I go carry go. Fire mata, I go scatter city, scatter town. Axi lady from Africa, oh yo, original.
Coming through with Oxla Day featuring Fali Yipupa. Ifa is the title of the song. Thank you for staying with us as we wrap up the Upside. 5 minutes to go till it's 4 p.m., which means we are making way for a news bulletin at the top of the hour. Then Africa is back in business with Tami Ngubeni.
It certainly is, and the president means business. Tonight is the very much anticipated State of the Nation address. We'll be focusing on that this afternoon with a conversation with COSATU, the workers' union, and they'll be highlighting some of the key issues that they hope the president will be touching on. One of them obviously being the incredibly high unemployment rate, over 42%, and the very sluggish economic growth. I mean, can you believe we're sitting at like 1% economic growth? So we'll be talking to them about what they hope to be hearing from the State of the Nation address today. And Kenyans are bracing themselves for a prospective 7-day strike by the Aviation Workers Union. They just put in a 7-day warning that next week they will be going to strike with the Civil Aviation Authority. So we'll find out, where they're not meeting each other and how that is likely then to impact travel, logistics, business, as well as commuters.
Okay.
On the ground, Tami Ngubeni, on the ground, are people optimistic about this year's SONA in South Africa?
On the ground, there have been a lot of unfulfilled promises. We have been promised bullet trains and all sorts of things that haven't quite materialized. Employment, all of that hasn't quite materialized. So people are just hoping for something practical and that will be implementable. I think that's what it is. I don't think anybody is really expecting a rat, not a rat, what do you call this, a rabbit out of a hat.
Absolutely.
Definitely no rats. So nobody's expecting that.
Yeah.
But let it be something practical, let there be solutions, and just finding out the stability that has been achieved in various sectors, because that also has to be acknowledged. The improvement that has happened with Transnet and the ports as well, and then how positively that's impacting the economy, mining, etc. We've just held the mining indaba here. So we'll also see what the president's priorities are, for the coming year.
Okay. Look, there's a lot going on the continent, okay? The SONA in South Africa is one of them, as Tami has mentioned, and so much more. Tune in for African Business coming through after the 4 p.m. news bulletin. We will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's International Radio Day. Actually,
it is
very exciting. We're going to be co-hosting or doing some sort of simulcast with our good friends in Zimbabwe.
Khulumani FM will be joining us tomorrow in the 3rd hour, if I'm not mistaken. But tune into the Upside tomorrow, same time, same place. It's going to be a fun one. But thank you so much again for tuning in, and take care. My goodness, it is hot. Guys, it's hot. It's hot. Can I have my own personal air conditioner that can come in the small little size like this?
Switch it on, darling.
Hey?
Switch it on.
I was just remarking about this air conditioner that it actually blows hot air, literally hot air. It's more of a pain than anything else.
It is.
It's literally under par, under expectation, under delivering, disappointing on all levels. We need to do better.
Oh, Tabby.
Let's go to her hotel.
And you probably got that from China.
I did. African Business coming up next. Upside up. Bye-bye.